Welcome to the No Budget Indie Filmcast, where we dip into the independent film universe to highlight those little films that you might not have heard about elsewhere. Will you agree with our panel, or will our panel agree with each other? Tune in to find out. I am Milo Dennison, and with me, as always, are my spatialicious co-hosts, Claire Milan.
Hello.
And Carl Feeney.
Hello.
I said space because of our space backdrops we're using.
Yeah.
Space-alicious, in case anyone was wondering.
You know what they say, Milo? If you're explaining, you're losing.
Yeah. Well, that was for the listeners, not the watchers. How about that?
Good point.
All right, Carl. What are we watching?
So this week we watched a film called Zorg 2. It's directed by an American filmmaker called Auden Lincoln-Vogel. So with a name like that, he's destined for success. It's out of the Estonian Academy of Arts, which is where he's based. So the film is about an alien, and he's sitting in his apartment, and he's scrolling through the TV, and next minute he sees this trailer for a new TV series, and the alien looks exactly like him. So he decides, hey, I'm gonna go for this role. So he gets on his spacecraft and goes through the intergalactic highway and ends up on Earth, where he adopts a fly as a sort of a sidekick assistant, and for some reason he's been tracked down by this sinister assassin guy who's trying to kill him, and I don't think we ever know exactly why that is. It's, I suppose you could say it's a humor. It's a humor. It's a comedy. Although the sort of the music and the tone gives a sort of a darker hue, but it is there's a lot of imagination. It's clever, and some good sort of visual gags. I'd say something kind of Monty Python-esque about the animation, and it has a sort of like a 1980s East European kind of feel about it. There's also some commentary, I would say, too, about how graphics and enhanced CGI are replacing real people, in the movie industry. But I probably said this before, but it's funny and cynical, which is always a good combination.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't generally like this type of animation. I'm not really into sci-fi that much, but I really appreciate the artistic nature of it, like the animation and the way he's kind of layers the animation with, seems to be pictures, or I'm not sure exactly how he did it, but actually on his website I looked up, and it shows like some parts of it where he's animating it, and he's did you say it's an American film, Carl? Was it?
Well, no, he's American, but he's
is he? Okay.
In Estonia. He's in the Estonian Academy of Arts.
Okay, so it's kind of an Estonian thing, but yeah, I really appreciate it. I kind of got lost a bit with the story because I wasn't sure. Like, I understood that the alien wanted to be in the movies, but then I just got a bit lost with the villain, and then the woman in the supermarket and the fly. But there was some really inventive animation in this, and I think it was, from that perspective, it was absolutely fantastic and inventive. And I definitely see the Monty Python influences in the animation in it. And it is kind of there's a dark side to it with a sprinkling of humor, I describe it as. And but I just wouldn't be my cup of tea. Like, I wouldn't sit down and actually enjoy it, but I appreciate the skill involved and the animation more so than the actual film itself and the story.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the Monty Python reference. It was funny that we all got that out of it, because there's definitely that. You remember the old Monty Python skits? They'd have a scene and then they'd do like a cutout thing, have it drop in, do this random thing, and then go back to the Monty Python skit. So very much like that same type of animation. So you could see that influence. And it was nice kind of because he does mix animation styles a little bit, which is pretty entertaining. And it works well for this type of a film where he's going for that kind of abstract and a bit obscure and a bit odd. I got the impression, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I felt like this was a student film project or something like that.
It is.
Yeah. And if it is, I mean, great job for a student film project. But and maybe not, but either way, I kind of got that impression out of it as well. And yeah, the Rocky and Bullwinkle style bad guy that was chasing with the black hat or the man in black or whatever he is, he's going after the alien. But yeah, I mean, maybe we missed it then because as to why, he wants to kill this alien. He's just, I guess, the designated evil guy, and he's after the alien for some reason. And yeah, the little bit with the woman at the supermarket who sees the smart fly and decides she wants a smart fly or whatever. So there's definitely a lot of, I think, one of those filmmakers of, oh, let's put this kind of obscure little thing in here and see if people get it kind of stuff, to where you have to watch the film maybe a couple of times in order to get all of his little references and subtleties of it, which is good, I guess.
Yeah, I did read something, I think a description where it says that the assassin fella was from SETI, which is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. But it still didn't explain.
Then it doesn't make sense why he's trying to kill him. Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. I thought I missed something. Like I was going to go back and watch it, but I didn't have time. But I thought I missed something. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't clear. Did I miss something? Or
yeah, maybe sort of a hidden message in there somewhere as well.
It could be. I'm sure the filmmaker is like, duh, it's such and such. That's why. I mean, why don't you guys get that?
But if this is a student project, this is a brilliant calling card, do you know what I mean, for the animator. Because like it really shows what he can do and how inventive he is. And like it's a brilliant project to show for projects.
And it's almost denigrating in a way, say, oh, it's a student project.
Oh, I didn't mean that. Sorry.
And it has loads of, if you look at it, it has loads of laurels. I don't know how many of them were.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's done really well in film festivals. Yeah.
No, I think there was something in the title credits, or there was something in the credits that referenced some like, Animation Academy or something like that. That's what made me think it was a student film.
That's right. Estonian Academy of Arts. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what makes me think it's a student film, because it mentioned that in the.
No, I mean, I think it is. I think it is like a student project, if you want to call it.
It's a brilliant. If it is a student film,
that's
it's
what
a brilliant
film. For a student film, I think that sets it. I think that brings it up a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like, wow, it's amazing that if he's studying and he's created this, it's going to be massive calling card for him.
Because we all know generally what a bunch of moron students are like. For a student. Oh my God.
That's not what we're saying, students. And I shouldn't say that true, because it is true. Like a lot of student films do have really good quality production value because they have access to like equipment, they have access to spaces, they have access to potentially funding, they have access to all the other students, they have access to instructors who can help them make their things. So it's true, actually, for student films probably are in a lot of ways a lot better than some of the like shitty no budget films that we've.
There's probably a graph, like for students that like their final year projects, if they do something really good because they have access to all equipment and stuff like that, and then they go into the real world,
Yeah.
Zoom, and then it's
totally different. Yeah, because they don't have the access to and the mentorship either. Yeah,
that's probably totally true. Their first post-student film is garbage, and they're like, oh man, this wasn't so difficult when I was in college.
Exactly. I have to say, Claire, I have a bad feeling, because whenever you say I appreciate it, that's a kind of a tell, in some ways.
Oh,
for her rating, it is. Yeah, I've noticed that too. All right. Well,
I do. No, I'd love to be able to draw. I'd love to be able to, like, I can draw, and I did get an A in art in junior cert, which is, but yeah, I just really appreciate. I do really when I see something like this skill, it's an amazing talent to be able to draw like this and to animate, which takes so much patience. Because again, on his website, you can see him animating some of it, and he said it's in a building that's being about to be torn down. where his studio is. So it's yeah, it's inspiring, really inspiring.
You use the word appreciate. I use the word envy.
Envy. Yeah.
All right.
We'll use whatever. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Claire, you want to go first?
Yeah. So, I'm not going to judge it from a story point of view. It just didn't have something with the story, but the animation, it was really inventive, really terrific. And for that reason, I will give it 4 stars from the animation perspective.
Oh, you led us to believe you were going to give it a lower rating.
Really? No, I'm going to give it 4 stars because it is so inventive, and I do see the skill in it. And for its genre and a sci-fi, it is 4 stars.
Okay, you go next, Milo.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going 3 stars. It is good. It's a nice film. Yeah, like you said, it is hard to animate and stuff like that, but it just didn't wow me enough to go for above that. So 3. I'm happy with the 3.
Okay, we'll have to invent a new star for you, Claire. No, I liked it. I liked it. I liked the story. Yeah, there was some gaps in it. Things that maybe could have been clear, but that leaves it up to your own imagination. I wasn't totally, wowed by it, and but I still liked it, so I would give it 3.5.
Ooh, 3.5.
Okay, so we're kind of
kind of between the two of us. All right. Well, as always, No Budget Filmcast listeners or watchers, we will throw a link into the notes. This is available to watch online, so you can have a look and let us know what you think. You can always reach out to us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which is at No Budget Show. And we'll say see you later or see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.